So I was going to ask you from a liability standpoint, it seems like everywhere you go now, as we start to enter society, we're filling out a COVID waiver. So for with your business, does the person that you book with, are they the ones that are responsible for all of your guests, or does everyone that enters the photo booth, do they need to fill out some sort of liability waiver?
So it's interesting that you say that, Tim. So we don't have things that are scheduled right now that we we have some things scheduled a little bit later down the road. So we're kind of waiting about another month to decide how we handle things that are going to be about 2 and 3 months from now. So basically the end of the year. Um, but and I shouldn't say and I had an opportunity to facilitate a panel with a couple of other people in the photo booth world. And we actually brought up those topics of, now I want to make sure that what are the protocols for the venue? What are they doing? If there's a planner involved, what are they requiring the guest to do or the client that's utilizing the services? And then, like you said, now on my part, based on those factors, I also probably need to have a few different structures of how I handle it. I haven't thought about everybody has to take their temperature before they experience the photo booth, but what if we get to that point and I need to invest in something like that? Hey, I mean, I've seen them, I've experienced them myself. It's this thing that you walk up and you're kind of does your facial outline and then it reads your temperature. I mean, do I need to invest in something like that? Maybe it's something that if I did, it would be at these, larger public events where they're not signing any type of waiver. I mean, there's so many things to consider. And I think right now, I think a lot of it is going to be a case by case, not just conversation with the venue, but some things that are documented. Because again, I don't want to be the one responsible for guest behavior of things that are not happening. If the venue says, hey, they need to be wearing a mask, but then they come to the photo booth, they're not wearing a mask. I mean, do we make an exception? Do I have a mask on or not in my picture?
Didn't someone wasn't someone busted on a party boat in New York City like just a couple of days ago? There was like 700 people on board. Or
Oh
something.
yeah. So I mean, those are the things that those conversations I think have to happen. I mean, I would always try to have those conversations anyway with venues like, hi, what's the load in time? What's this? What can I do? So from an event perspective, there should be more dialogue happening than not on who's responsible for what. And it shouldn't be a week before the event happens. If technically these events that let's say I have coming up, December, it's a wedding. I can have those conversations now with her venue to say, hey, this client is booked right now, what do you all have in place? And I know that can change come December. And if you guys don't mind, I would like to just mention that I also think it's so important not only to have these conversations with the venues and whoever else might be involved on that side, but with the client themselves. I mean, this client that's getting married in December, she reached out and said, things may change and I just want to talk again about like what the protocols are related to like our agreement, our contract. And she emailed me that. And guess what? I picked up the phone and called her and she's like, well, I didn't expect that you would call me. And she's like, I just really appreciate this. I'm like, well, no, this is an important scenario that could happen. And I'd rather us talk about verbally what our options are that yes, are related to what's in writing, but how we would work through that together and
Not
what
to
that would
mention
mean.
Context gets lost a lot in text.
Yes.
Right.
Text and emailing. Yeah.